welcome to Orion Tech Tips, and I am very excited for this video. So as you might have known, Huawei is releasing 2 new phones, but in this video we will be focusing on their more high-end model, the Huawei Mate 20 Pro. Let's get to it. Okay, so I don't even know where to start with this beast. We could say, it has not only a 40 megapixel camera on the back, that it's the main shooter, but then we also have 2 20 megapixel wide angle and telephoto lenses. It is just wow. So Huawei, I know the P20 Pro had just some amazing cameras on the phone, but there are some features that you've never heard of. So I'll just get this out of the way. If you want to use Face ID, yeah, you can. There's this Face ID, self-explanatory, really. Face ID. Yeah, but the fingerprint scanner is what I am most excited for. So not only can Apple not accomplish this, but Huawei is the first one to accomplish this. So the fingerprint scanner is under the glass. So other than the top notch, there is nothing else. So the fingerprint scanner on the back, it just has the 3 cameras and of course the flash. And yeah, so amazing. And then of course it is just standard 2560 with 1440p OLED. But of course, if you do want higher battery life, you could of course go down to 1920p by 1080, which still looks great. And speaking of battery life, this thing has a 4200 milliamp hour battery. So, and speaking of battery, this phone has just so much features that is just awesome. So it has not only wireless charging, but reverse wireless charging. And I bet most of you don't know what that is. Unless, of course, you know what this phone is. So basically, you have a 4200 milliamp hour battery, but if you take another phone, just any other phone that supports wireless charging, you just touch it to the back of the Mate 20 Pro, it just starts moving battery from the Mate 20 Pro into that other phone, which is awesome. So, if someone's phone is at like 10%, you're like, oh yeah, I have 4200 milliamp hours, so you can charge your phone. 4200 milliamp hours, which is just a huge battery. So, of course, there is camera. It is, of course, it used to be the P20 Pro was the best camera, but now the Mate 20 Pro, sorry, I just got a little confused. But that's not all for this amazing phone. So if you're outside, and this is assuming that you don't have the case, if you don't have the case on the phone, it will do this. Let's just say, so so the glass, it's a glass back, and when you're outside, the glass, it changes colors to your surrounding. So like, say if you're like at night and like it's like dark, it changes to like a midnight blue, or like if you're outside, like it would change to like a twilight, and if you're just like completely in the dark, it would just change to like jet black back. The iPhone XS doesn't do that, and that's more expensive than this phone. Oh my god, this phone is so, like, it is, I just cannot get my head around the awesome specs. So, of course, editing, you have Android on here, which is, you can, of course, customize whatever you want. This is Android, so, but with specs, you may be surprised if you know Huawei, and this isn't a bad thing. So with specs, you're probably expecting me to say a Snapdragon 845, but no. But don't worry, this is still a really powerful chip. It's the Kirin 980, so it would be equivalent to like an 845, maybe even better than an 845. Also, in terms of skins, it has, I want to say, more of a Samsung-ish skin, if you know what I mean. It has like more of a Samsung feel to it, like in terms of software. I'm just talking about software. But of course, you can just clear it stock Android if you want, and then of course you can customize whatever skin you want on it. And yeah, so I guess it is 4.1 gigahertz, boosts up to 1.7. Really no huge upgrade there, but it works like really good. So and so yeah, it is, of course, it also has vapor chamber cooling, which is a trend on a ton of phones these days, which is, I just think is really cool. So basically, if you don't know what that means, say if you're using your phone and then maybe you're playing something intensive, like say maybe you're editing like a video, or maybe you're playing something like a graphically intensive game on your phone, like something like, I want to say like 6S, like I remember when I had the 6S, it would just get like so freaking hot, like it like, so like I sometimes just had to put it down because it got too hot, and it would just drain the battery super fast. But this, it just cools the CPU, so it doesn't do that. Not to say that it will not get a little warm in your hands, but it won't get like unusably hot in your hands, just like the Pocophone F1 and the Note 9, and I could just name a ton of other Android flagships of 2018, but that would just take too long. So, of course, you can have 40-watt fast charging, and that is like really, it can charge your phone really fast. To put this in perspective, your phone would get from 0 to 100% in around 40-ish to 45 minutes, ish, give or take a few minutes. Should I just do the calculations in my head? Yeah, so, and of course, wireless charging, up to 15 watts. So right here, if I move my Nintendo Switch, I'm not wirelessly charging my Switch, just saying. Okay, so right here, if you see this, so I just like have this on my desk. It's my 10-watt wireless charger, but of course if you want to buy a 15-watt wireless charger for this phone, you are welcome to, because it will take full advantage of that 15 watts. And with wireless charging, I tend to like the higher wattage. Like it's nice, like say if I'm just like playing a game at my computer, I just set my phone down. But if I need to go somewhere and my phone's like low, I just like plug it in back there, and I know it charges faster on my phone. So anyway, yeah, so 40-watt fast charging, and 15 watts wireless charging. If you are wondering about speed of a 15-watt wireless charger, it's going to take a little over 2 hours to charge up your phone to, well actually no, maybe even a little, so like maybe like 2.5 hours to charge up your phone from 0 to 100%, since it is a 4200 milliamp hour battery. But, that might sound like, oh, well, why would I want to do that? So it's just because, like, with wire, like, you have to connect it, unconnect it, connect it, which may seem like really easy, which it is, but, like, I know me and a lot of people just, like, forget, and, like, it's so easy to just put your phone down on the wireless charger, pick it up, and that actually does, so it still charges, and, like, you don't just, like, forget to charge your phone. So, if you know what I mean, it can be, like, if you just forget about a cord, you can just take it off and off the charger. So that can even, like, I know it doesn't exactly save battery, but, like, unless, like, if you can remember to, like, do all that stuff, like, unplug and plug in, then, yeah, okay, but I tend to like the wireless charger when I'm just on my desk, on my computer, really, but that is a personal choice. So, also, oh boy, so, I mentioned the screen, I mentioned the camera, I mentioned the battery, I mentioned the specs, I mentioned the screen. Oh, no, I didn't mention, so 6.5-inch screen, OLED screen, and your wide angle telephoto lens, all of the stuff that you want. And if you want to see it for yourself, there are plenty of samples that you can go look at from the Mate 20 Pro, or like maybe like compare it to like something like the P20 Pro or the phone that you have at the moment, to see if you want to upgrade to this phone. And it does, oh man, I don't really know how to explain this, but it has a version of Animoji, which of course is on the X and XS. It has a version of it for this phone. I don't really want to get too into it, but I'm just saying it's there. If you pick up this phone, it will be included, but not the exact Apple version. It's like the Huawei, it's the first Android phone to do it. I won't get too into it because, yeah, and then in-glass fingerprint, well, I said, dang, so many features. I'm just like, they're just all slipping on my head, but like, yeah, it has like a whole bunch of little features that I'll try to cover as many as I can. You may have or may not have seen this before, like say if I'm, I don't know, so say if I'm just like, if you see an item, a certain item, or just like any item, and you're like, oh, I want that, but I don't know what it is. Take the Nintendo Switch, for example. You can scan this item, and then it will like tell you where to buy it and like the price and stuff, and tell you what it is, of course. But it's not the first one to do that, so that's not an exclusive feature to the Mate 20 Pro. Ooh boy. Okay. And then, of course, IP68, water and dust resistant, up to 5 meters of water, and of course it can go deeper than 5 meters of water, but just to say, it can probably go double that and still survive. Like, I know the Galaxy S7 Edge, was it? That was from like 3 years ago. It advertised only a few meters of water, but the truth is it could actually survive up to 35 meters of water, which that was IP66, 67 water and dust resistant. But yeah, IP certification, which, yeah, that is really all I can say for this amazing phone. Wow, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, subscribe. There was a ton of research going into this video. That is why I didn't post for the last 2 days. But I am going to get this video up by tonight. Right now it is it's 5:43. And I hope to get this video up by tonight, hopefully in the next few hours. Thank you so much for watching. Orion Tech Tips here. Peace out.